Mute myself.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots. Well, it's not Friday Night Freedom with a gremlin or two. The only thing is the gremlin in the house was me. I was playing my break set, not my intro set. So, you might get to hear Last of a Dying Breed a second time when we do go to break at the top of the next hour. Anyway, let me do this. Welcome, everybody. My name is Kaz, and this is WTF Nation Radio, and it's Friday, so that means it's Friday Night Freedom. Up there, bopping his head is Pookie. He's got some. He's got some moves, man.
No, I love this bass line, man.
Oh, no kidding.
I used to play bass, but then I got stupid hand syndrome going down, so I can't play no more. So I mean,
and real
it's a hobby that I miss.
Real bass players don't use a pick, so I guess that's listen to that.
Easy, man. Yep.
Anyway, we made it to Friday, and I know my promo was a little bit crazy. Oh, D-Max thought I was ice for a moment. He's much better looking than me. We made it to Friday. As I said earlier, I do want to scratch my leg. Dude, it's hot as balls here. I got home around. I got home at like
not as hot as Arizona, but
Arizona's on fire, dude. Granted, they are 16 feet away from the sun. That has been scientifically proven, and they're on fire, man. But yeah, it's just been hot and miserable. And we'll talk about the power crunch that we're going through. I've got a couple of words to say about that. I don't know if you would qualify that as a cause rant, but I'm a little bit upset about it. Before we begin, let's start with a little bit of housekeeping because we do have some awesome guests coming up. Let me make sure I got my stuff right. All right. 22nd of June, Rob Paulson's going to be here. Voice actor Rob Paulson was going to be on Pop Culture Warrior to talk about his experiences in voice acting in Hollywood. Some of Rob's work include Raphael and Donatello from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's too early in the show to be slurring my words. Yako Warner, Dr. Otto Scratch and Sniff, and Pinky from Animatronics Pinky and the Brain. Carl Weezer from Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius, and so forth. In total, Paulson has been the voice of over 250 different animated characters. How do you keep them all straight? That's a good question. Hey, CQ, how do you keep the voices straight? That's a question.
You gotta be good. The guy who did Bugs Bunny, I don't know, he did
Mel Blanc
Duck too at the same time. It's funny. What? Because he is actually voice acting both of them at the same time, having an argument with himself in two different voices. It's nuts. I don't know how they do it.
That's
I don't know how they do it.
Is that Mel Blanc? Is that his name, Mel Blanc?
I can't remember. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I got all the appreciation in the world for them voice actors because that is a tough ass job.
Yeah, Seth MacFarlane is another one. He does a lot of voices too. He, Family Guy. He does all those, most of those characters. Let's see. Rodney Henry is going to be with us next Friday on the 25th. Army veteran and VFW post commander of the VFW Fred Calloway Post 6770 will be on Friday Night Freedom to talk about his Freedom Fest 2021 on July 3rd and 4th. That's happening in New Richmond, Ohio. Freedom Fest is currently the only 4th of July festival in the greater Cincinnati area. That's kind of sad, but that's kind of great for the VFW Post 6770. Anyway, he's gonna talk about how COVID, how the Rona impacted his plans for last year, and how it's everyone's really itching to get out. So I'm thinking that this Independence Day is going to be off the chain, not only in the Cincinnati metro area, but just all across the country. I think it's going to be pretty great with the lockdowns lifting. Hopefully everybody is back to normal. I guess California's not. Well, I think they're on Gavin Newsom state of emergency because of the power crisis, or the extreme heat / power crisis and stuff. But yeah, man, I hope everybody's doing great. And we have, let me see, on the 28th of June, which is Monday, and I had to look her up. I'd never heard of her. Her name is Darrianne Lay. Country music, I got a picture. Country music singer Darrianne Lay will be on the Monday edition with Ice and Flash to talk about her latest single, 10,000 Miles, which tells the tale of military households and loved ones across the nation and is derived from her own experience. So she's going to be on with Ice and Flash the 28th. So let's talk about power. So here in Texas we have ERCOT. You hear that in the news a lot.
Power grid.
Yes. You hear ERCOT's they're the keeper of the gate as far as all the electricity distribution in the state of Texas. They do lots of stuff. I really don't know exactly what they do, but just this week it's been hot. I don't think we've reached 100 degrees officially. I think we were at 98 or 99 degrees, but I don't. They're just like, oh my gosh, everyone's got to cut back, and there's rolling, blackouts and brownouts and stuff. I've talked to a couple of my colleagues at work, and they, go home after work, and then the electricity for like their block is out, and it doesn't come back on until 10 o'clock at night, and it's it's pretty hot. And I'm wondering what makes this year, or let's even go, we can go back to the winter. The winter, I kind of understand that because it got brutally cold by Texas standards here. Good luck to you, Steven.
Yeah, good luck, man. Just remember, no means no, man.
Yeah, Christopher Measle said that he had a discussion with someone at work, and they talked about nuclear power and its benefits.
Man, I've been beating this on the head for the last couple of years, and no one wants to listen to me about it.
If they would allow a power plant to be built in California, that might fix the stuff. But here's my point. I've been a consistent resident of Texas since the mid to late 90s. I left and came back, but I've never really left. The population of Texas, and I looked this up, has been growing between 1 and 1.2% per year for a long time. Other states like California are losing population. I think they posted their first population loss last year or the year before that. It was pretty minuscule, 0.3%, but that's still, when you've got 36 or 40 million people, that's a lot of people to be losing. But Texas has been gaining 1.2% a year, and we've got a population right now of about 29 million. We haven't had. This is the first, not counting the winter. The winter was kind of like an outlier. But I've never had a power consumption. I don't remember ever having a power consumption warning, like, make sure your thermostats are turned up. We got to conserve energy because the power grid is really stressed. I don't remember ever hearing that. I'm not saying that it didn't happen. I just don't remember hearing that. I've never had to go through a rolling brownout or blackout because of power consumption and the grid being stressed to the point where that needed to happen. So ERCOT, go ahead.
No, I said I'm gonna just hit the nail on the head as they've been pushing this green energy down there in Texas real heavy. I mean, I'm all about green energy and clean energy. I'm all about it, but that's what the problem is. They're stepping away from reliable sources, and that's what's causing the issue. 99% of the issue down there.
Yeah, you can't rely completely on the green energy because the sun doesn't always shine and the wind doesn't always blow, and we don't have the storage facilities to, it's like having solar panels on your house. That's really great because you use that as a primary source of power, and then whatever you don't use goes back on the grid. You really stand a chance of saving money. Excuse me. When solar power gets really, really expensive is if you choose to have the battery packs and the power storage inside your house. That's when you start forking over tens of thousands of dollars, and you got to put those batteries somewhere. Yeah.
The batteries ain't cheap.
Nope.
I watch a show, YouTube to show, what the heck's the name of them? Well, they're off grid anyways, and they set up the power, the whole solar farm and everything like that.
Uh-huh.
Their battery set costs more than the solar panels and pretty much building the whole house at that point.
Correct. And that's why they sell you on here, free. You're getting free. The free shit fairies floating around going, here you get free solar panels and a free upgrade on your electrical panel and all your distribution and stuff. That's great. But if you really, really want to use a solar panel for what it's meant for, it's going to cost you a lot of money. It's good to supplement your situation right now. I mean, it's probably a good thing. But if you really want to use it for what it's meant for, it's going to cost you a whole bunch of money. Anyway, ERCOT is an acronym. Us in the military and veterans, we love acronyms, right? The Electrical Reliability Council of Texas, ERCOT. They manage the flow of electric power to more than 26 million Texas customers. So why is Texas losing power? According to the ERCOT website, and this is where the bullshit flag came up, it says it is essentially a problem with natural gas, which is the state's primary energy source, but the result is that the grid is not able to produce as much power when consumers demand more of it. In short, the grid can't meet the demand. That was absolutely true in the wintertime when the natural gas stations actually froze. They froze. All the lines froze. They could not transmit natural gas to the power plants to generate the energy. I get that. But like I said, Texas has only been growing at about 1%, 1.2% per year. So it's like all of a sudden we have this, it's because of the immediate demand of people turning on their AC units or whatever. I think it's BS. I think ERCOT is responsible for this because what have they been doing with all the money that they've been earning? Have they not been maintaining or upgrading the grid, knowing that our population is increasing? And this goes way back before President Trump became president. This goes way back. It's been a pretty consistent 1.1, 1.2% per year. Texas is a great state. A lot of people want to live here. Welcome. Leave your politics where you come from and come and assimilate to the Texas way of life. I really don't buy the fact that ERCOT's like, oh, yeah, everyone's trying to use power all at the same time, so the grid is really stressed. I don't buy that. I think there's a whole lot more to the story than it's instantaneous demand of power. What do you think? Anybody? I know we got a bunch of.
There's a lot of Texans in here. I know that much. I don't know. The whole thing kind of, it seems fishy to me. Like, I don't know. It's just trying to. There's an agenda behind everything.
It didn't
these days.
This wasn't an issue 2 years ago. Why is it an issue now? Not much has changed. I don't. Like I said, I can't really speak from it because I haven't lived in Texas in forever. Mm-hmm. But I've never remember ever once living in Texas having to be like, hey, turn your heat up to 80. I don't think so.
Get the fuck up out of here with that shit. It stays at 72 in this house.
When I'm away from the house, I'll click it up. I'm not here. There's nobody here, so it's up at 78. But as soon as I come home, it's down to 74. When I sleep, at 72. So Oscar Bueno says he's here from Houston. Houston, that's a whole new definition of hot. It's soupy mess down in Houston, man. That's just super humid down there. I don't know how y'all deal with that.
Love Houston. Oh, I loved Houston. That's
Really?
where I love living there. It's great.
Yeah, pipelines and stuff getting hacked. I smell an agenda, says D-Max. I agree. Energy companies are actually run
everything
by...
happening right now is an agenda right now. That's all I got to say. If you think I'm wearing a tinfoil hat, cool, whatever, but I can see it. It's playing out. It's not like secret anymore. You see it happen right in front of you. People still deny it. So
Right, and you got President Biden over in where they have that little summit.
That G7 crap.
G7 crap. He was gonna show Putin who's boss. Whatever. Who the hell brings flashcards to a conversation?
Yeah, right.
Oh, and another thing, Mr. Putin. Hold on a minute. Oh yeah. That's I just everybody saw that, you know that.
All right.
But man,